Alright, we should discuss a rather significant modification that's being implemented throughout the whole United States banking infrastructure. If you receive government assistance, consider Social Security, veteran payments, things like that, you'll definitely want to listen carefully. Let's explain precisely what this updated regulation involves and what it might represent for your funds. This particular point is the critical question, correct? Might this updated regulation genuinely delay your upcoming deposit? For numerous people, particularly elderly individuals and those retired, a postponed payment represents more than a minor inconvenience. It could disrupt your entire monthly budget. The reality is, this updated regulation does introduce a genuine possibility of your funds being temporarily frozen if your information isn't completely accurate. We'll examine precisely what that involves. Here's our approach. We'll address this through 5 straightforward steps. Initially, what exactly is this updated regulation? Next, we'll explore why it's being introduced right now. Following that, we'll determine if your deposits could be affected. Most importantly, we'll discuss how you can safeguard your funds. And stay tuned because we'll conclude with an extremely important alert about emerging fraudulent schemes that are appearing. Alright, Section 1. Let's be absolutely transparent about this. This isn't simply some small modification hidden in the agreement language. We're discussing a substantial transformation in how financial institutions are obligated to confirm and handle your payments, particularly those arriving from organizations like the Social Security Administration and Veteran Services. What is this updated deposit confirmation regulation? Think of it as a new, extremely rigorous security screening for your automatic deposit. Previously, it was a relatively basic check. Currently, this updated protocol is significantly more sophisticated. It's created to immediately cross-reference multiple different information points simultaneously. Your complete name, your account number, your social security number, including the precise payment amount. If each individual one of those elements matches exactly with government databases, great. The funds transfer directly into your account. However, and this is the crucial part, if even one small thing is incorrect, it can activate an automatic freeze. You're likely wondering why. Why are they implementing this currently? It all relates to addressing a substantial issue that this updated regulation is intended to eliminate. This isn't simply unnecessary procedures for no reason. It's about safeguarding your assistance from some very genuine dangers. Let's examine the broader context here. The difficult reality is deposit fraud, particularly targeting individuals who collect government assistance, has dramatically increased. It's truly reached a critical level. We're discussing sophisticated criminal networks that have become exceptionally skilled at intercepting these payments, manipulating the infrastructure, and diverting funds away from the individuals who urgently require it and into their own accounts. The financial infrastructure is ultimately responding. And this regulation is one of its most significant tools. And when I mention it's a serious issue, just consider this figure. We are discussing hundreds of millions of dollars being taken annually through this type of fraud. Let that register. This isn't simply a handful of isolated incidents. It's a widespread coordinated operation, and the main victims are elderly and disabled Americans who rely on these funds to cover necessities like housing, food, and medication. This information here truly captures the essence. The previous security infrastructures were like having a basic chain link fence surrounding your property. It functioned adequately for a period back when the dangers were less sophisticated. But modern criminals aren't simply amateur thieves. They're coordinated and technologically advanced. This updated infrastructure, it's like upgrading to a computerized fortress with laser grids and motion detectors specifically designed to prevent modern, much more intelligent criminals. Right, this leads us to what's likely the most critical question for you individually. Might your deposits genuinely be vulnerable to a postponement? For most individuals, this modification is going to occur in the background and they'll never even realize. But for a fairly substantial number of people, Minor little details, things you'd never even consider, can unexpectedly cause a significant issue. Let's examine this because the specifics here are completely critical. Initially, and this is the major one, name inconsistencies. Consider it. Perhaps your bank account is under your maiden name, but your social security is under your married name. Or perhaps your bank account has a middle initial, but your government record doesn't. Even a basic nickname versus your complete legal name can activate a warning signal. Second, recent bank accounts. If you've just lately changed banks or modified your direct deposit information, there can be a delay period where the updated system sees this brand new account and says, wait, hold on, let's verify this. Third, shared accounts. This is a tricky one. If you're the one collecting the assistance, but you're listed as the secondary person on the account, not the primary, the infrastructure might interpret that as an inconsistency and freeze the payment. And lastly, some of the more recent online-only banks might still be resolving the issues and getting their infrastructures completely synchronized with this updated protocol. What does a postponement genuinely feel like? On the day your payment is scheduled, you verify your account and nothing. The funds just aren't there. It's been marked and placed into what's termed a confirmation freeze. Your financial institution has approximately 1 to 3 days to attempt and resolve it on their end. If they can correct the inconsistency, excellent, the freeze is removed and you receive your funds. But if they can't on day 4, the funds gets returned all the way back to the government organisation. And that's when the real waiting begins. You're currently in a manual reprocessing procedure, and that can require anywhere from 5 to 21 business days. That's potentially over a month from your initial payment date. For anyone on a fixed income, a postponement like that can be a genuine emergency. Right? I understand that sounds concerning, but here's the positive news. This is nearly completely avoidable. You are not powerless here. You don't have to simply wait and hope if an issue occurs. There are some very straightforward, very obvious proactive things you can complete right now, immediately, to guarantee your funds arrives punctually every single time. Here it is. This is your strategy plan. 3 simple steps. Step 1, confirm your information with the Social Security Administration. The simplest method is to access your My Social Security account online. If you're not online, you can telephone them at that number, retrieve your official record, and examine your legal name. Currently, compare it letter for letter, character for character to what's on your bank statement. If there's any discrepancy, you need to get one of them updated to match the other. Step 2, telephone your financial institution. Don't simply assume everything is fine. Request to speak with someone and say, I'm calling about the updated government deposit confirmation regulations. Can you please verify that the name and details on my account are configured correctly to receive my assistance without any problems? And step 3, if you utilize a shared account, have a discussion with your financial institution. Ask them, since I'm the one collecting the assistance, would it be safer to designate me as the primary account holder? In numerous cases, that basic adjustment can avoid a substantial headache down the road. And lastly, we completely have to conclude with a serious alert. You understand how it is. Whenever there's a significant modification like this, you can guarantee the scammers and fraudsters are monitoring closely. They thrive on uncertainty, and they are already utilizing this updated regulation as bait to attempt and obtain your personal information and your funds. This particular point is the essential rule. Please memorize this into your awareness. No legitimate organization, not your financial institution, not the Social Security Administration, not Veteran Services. Nobody will ever telephone, text, or email you unexpectedly and request your social security number, your bank password, or other personal information. And they will never ever request you to submit a fee or purchase a gift card to release or confirm your own funds. If you encounter that, it is a 100% guaranteed scam. Let's make the directions here absolutely clear and non-negotiable. If you receive an unexpected telephone from someone claiming there's an issue with your deposit and they need you to confirm your information, what do? You disconnect immediately. Don't debate. don't clarify. Just disconnect. If you receive a text or an email with a frightening alert and a link to click, you remove it. Do not respond. If you're concerned there might be a genuine issue, you be the one to make the telephone. Look up the official verified phone number for your financial institution or for the organization and telephone them directly. Let's bring it all together. This updated regulation at its core is a positive thing. It's a much-needed security enhancement for our banking infrastructure created to safeguard your hard-earned funds from fraud. But like any updated security infrastructure, it can trigger some unintended complications if your information isn't completely aligned. The single most effective thing you can complete is to be proactive. Just a 10-minute telephone to your financial institution or a few minutes online immediately could prevent you from a 3-week payment postponement next month. And that truly leaves us with this concluding thought. Your Social Security or veteran assistance, that's not simply a check. For millions, it is a financial lifeline. So, is your lifeline protected? Please take a few minutes this week, complete that 3-step checklist we just discussed. Give yourself the reassurance of understanding that your funds is protected and that it will be there when you require it, not just for your upcoming payment, but for all the payments to come.